You said look in the mirror earlier. Walk us through that lesson in 2 to 3 minutes. What does that mean?
So in the book I talk, and not to get too Greek here, ethos, pathos, logos, right? Kind of the emotion, the logic, and the character, and it's taught by Aristotle. And you got to look at the mirror with the messages. So we put some PR the other day out in the book, and when we wrote it up, we kind of talked about the guy from better.com that fired all the people on Zoom, right? I'm sure he didn't get up and say, I'm going to fire all these people, piss the world up, screw my brand. And I'm sure he didn't do it.
Right.
I can assure you, though, he didn't look really hard in the mirror and like had some EQ to how's this going to come off to the audience. I think salespeople fail at that all the time. So I think when you're looking at the mirror, you're looking at your message, and it's not one-sided. That's why I'm not like from a tactical standpoint, I can't stand scripts. I would argue, I would go toe-to-toe with any person in higher education, adult education, corporate learning, say scripts suck. And I get it. Well, why? Well, here's the problem. What if, I don't know if you've ever acted, but if somebody goes off script, there's two different, there's character actors, there's people who understand the whole plot, and people just memorize the script. You teach a bunch of salespeople scripts, and what if the person doesn't say what you need them to say? It's actually a flow, which means you, strategy-wise, you got to understand how people buy, but you then have to re-look in the mirror at where you're going. You got to keep your EQ in check or your attitude under control. You got to know your message, you got to know your audience. That's where the mirror comes from. It's the Greek mirror, right? Ethos, pathos, logos.
I love that. I've never heard that. Obviously, I've not been a student yet.
Well, know where it came from, in all seriousness. Like where I got inspired is, and everybody listening should just read the book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, for one reason, because what Stephen Covey does in the book is he says, look, prior to like 1930, everything was introspective. So if you read Ben Franklin's autobiography, he talks about his 13 virtues, right? And that's all character-based things. So up into the 1930s, most self-development had to do with who you are as a person, character related. Around 1930, How to Win Friends comes out. Norman Vincent Peale comes out with The Power of Positive Thinking. Napoleon Hill comes out with Think and Grow Rich. And that's all outward facing persuasion. So in reality, it's order. So when I wrote The Human Sales Factor, I said, you have to deal with you first, and then you deal with people. Because sometimes your mind's like a bad neighborhood. It's not good to be alone in it either, right? So that's definitely an issue. That's how I would summarize it.